Okay, welcome back. We're doing question 2024, question 3. We jump straight in. How much money? So we have this Thomas working in a restaurant, earning €19 per hour, and these are the hours he worked, 7, 8 and 6 on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. How much money in total did Thomas earn for working on Friday and Saturday? Let's first work out the number of hours he worked, which is 7 plus 8. So we can just write that down. 7 plus 8 equals 15. So now we have 15 hours multiplied by €19 per hour, and we calculate that, and it's 285 euro. He's paid 50% extra for working on Sunday. How much did he earn on the Sunday? So 3 ways to do this. You could say it's the equivalent of 9 hours and do 9 times €19 per hour. You could say instead of being paid €19, his equivalent pay is 19 times 1.5, which turns out to be something I don't know what it is, but by far the best way is to really, it doesn't really matter which one you scale by, so it's just 1.5 times 6 times 19, and either way we're all getting the same answer, which is €171. Okay, let's double check. Just reading that off the marking scheme. 1.5 times 6 times 19. So whether you did it directly using this or indirectly using equivalent hours or equivalent pay rate, either way you get €171. Okay. Now we're into Thomas, so we're into an income tax question. So Thomas's gross income was 1900, so he won't get to take all that home last month. He pays tax at 20%. His monthly tax credit is this now, and we have to use all this information to work out Thomas's net income. So his net income is his gross minus his gross tax, and in there we have minus his tax credit. You could say it's his, I should have said income there by the way, so I'll write it this time. It's his gross income minus his gross tax, and you could distribute that negation, that negative, onto the minus tax credit and say, so overall tax credit is in his favor, it's a positive term. Okay, we could use that, which we're going to do. So let's shoot ahead and write down 1900. Let's calculate 20% of 1900. A quick trick, you can do it lots of ways, but a quick trick is to just see that you're dividing by 5. So we'll do 1900 divided by 5, which is 380. We're taking away 380, and we're adding on the tax credit value of 312.50. Okay, now I have 380 on my calculator, so I'm going to hit the negation button. Okay, and answer. So I'll just get that into minus 380. So that's my first term in already. I'm going to go plus 1900, and I'm going to go plus 312.5. Started that wrongly. I'll just go back. 312.5, and we're getting 1832.5. Work out his net income for the month, and that's in euro. I read something extraordinary. At the beginning of the paper it says that if the euro symbol is left out everywhere, and it doesn't matter. However, we're going to put it in because it's good practice. Okay, and that's the marking scheme there, which I shared with you, and it's 1832, and which you can download from the internet in many places anyway. Okay, and it says here accept correct answers without units, but not without work. Some of this work was required. For the previous calculations it did say accept correct answers without work. Great, on we go. Thomas puts 2,500 into a special savings account, and this account offers interest of 3.2% for 2 years. So we're going to go to the page where we have compound interest in our tables. Look up financial maths. It's out towards the end of our maths section. Page 30. And there's only one equation we care about here. It's the compound interest equation, and it can be adapted for direct simple interest, which we're going to do first. So I'm just going to write down that F is equal to the principal invested and 1 plus the interest rate all to the power of how much time it was left in for. Okay, and in our case, the first question is how much interest will Thomas earn in the first year? So he is just earning a straight up 3.2% of 2500. So 2500, you can use the percentage symbol on your calculator, or you can go 3.2 over 100 multiplied by that. I'm going to use the percentage symbol on my calculator. 2500 multiplied by 3.2%. So we'll calculate it directly using the correct formatting. So I'm multiplying by 3.2, and on this calculator the percentage button is down here. Now I will say that in the newer calculator that's not so easy to find a percentage button. 3200, we're trying to multiply by 3.2, and we start looking for percentage, and it does not seem to be available. So we have to go digging inside in catalog underneath probability, and there's percentage. Okay, and we're still a bit confused what to do. Maybe that'll work. And now and again here we have to go and format that to decimal if we want to see it in decimal. Or there is a shortcut to that though, and that is you can do shift equals anytime you want to go to decimal on the new calculator too. Okay, so it's not too bad, and I'll try to use them both as we work our way along through exam papers and DB papers, etc. So it's 102.4 is the amount of interest, which is great. That's in euro. Box up that answer. Now work out the total amount in the account after 2 years, and this is where we can use our formula. Another thing it's important to remember is if you do make a calculation in the wrong box, it doesn't matter. Okay, in any question they'll always, and it says it in the marking scheme, that a work calculated in the wrong box is always acceptable. Okay, so we're going to take the principal, which is 2500, we're going to multiply it by 1 plus 3.2%, all to the power of 2. Now there's all sorts of ways of doing this. We can literally type it into the calculator the way it is, but you must be very careful about your consistency. You could also type this in. You could also type this in. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight to this. Okay, and so we're going to say we know how to deal with single digit interest rates. We have 1 for the fact that we're getting all our money, and then we have a 0. So the 0 here is a way of remembering you're on a single digit. If it was 11%, 14%, you'd be going 1/4 here. And that's all to the power of 2. We put that in our calculator. I'll just go, no, I'll put it exactly the way I've written, 1.032. And then we can use the square function on our calculator to get the answer. Okay, and that's equal to 2662.56. We'll go back up and check, work out the total amount after 2 years. It's the exact amount, and we're leaving that there because it didn't say to remove it. It didn't say to round to the nearest euro. So that's your answer there. We'll have a quick look at the marking scheme. So first of all, it says accept correct answers without work. It says accept correct answers without units, so we could have left that out, but not that it's a good idea. And we get our 2662.56. Okay. Before I drive on, I'm just going to show you one of those alternative calculations I'd like to show you. One plus 3.2 shift percent, and again we get the same answer. Okay. And I think that's it, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, see you in the next one, students.